Hey everyone, hope you're doing great and welcome back to week 5. Last week we talked about habit number 4, which is think win-win. And we discussed how critical it is to build a relationship that will be based on a win-win model because we are mostly habituated to a completely opposite type of scenario, which is win-lose or lose-lose in many scenarios. And that kind of a relationship, a win-win, is based on a bunch of factors such as trust and integrity and courage. And to build that, we discuss various strategies such as looking at your relationship, seeing what are the sort of the challenges that you might have, be that with your business partners or with your colleagues, managers, professors, student buddies, etc. So looking at how you can improve your relationships, especially those that map to your big rocks, as we've been discussing, the important goals, is very important. And that will help you ensure that you have a solid foundation to establish your goals and make your goals into a success in reality very soon. So some of the other aspects to keep in mind here is um, don't be afraid to share credit. If you have a relationship, part of this we talked about is avoiding the scarcity mentality. And that comes with being really open about sharing credit with everyone and ensuring that you feel comfortable doing that because scarcity and win-win don't go together, as we've talked about. And sharing credit is a fundamental step in that direction as well. The other concept in Habit 4 was about building an emotional bank. And we will talk a little bit more about that today in Habit 5 as well. This is really about looking at each of your relationships a bit like your bank account and looking at it from a currency kind of standpoint, but looking at it from a relationship currency standpoint and seeing have you been giving enough to that relationship or are you always withdrawing from that relationship? And some of what we're going to talk about today in Habit 5 is really a tool about how you can get to win-win. And it's a very fundamental skill, and that is the skill of listening. And more specifically, it is about empathetic listening. So the key here is to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to understand where they're coming from. What is their frame of reference? How do they really feel at this point? You're having a conversation, or you're having a business deal discussion, or whatever that might be, or be that with your spouse. So that is something that you have to really keep in mind is the concept of empathy, and how do you apply that to be a better listener? As shocking as that might be, this is something that we all almost fail at. And it is a critical skill because you often try to put your own lens on every conversation and think about everything from your own perspective. And this is where conversations, relationships, deals often go sideways. So think about what is this person really trying to say? Where are they coming from? um, Try to repeat certain words that they are bringing out so that they feel that you're really listening to them, trying to put your thoughts into what they're saying. And even better is if you can echo their sentiment or their content, rephrasing their content and sharing some of your understanding as you're having a conversation with them. Those are kind of some of the skills that will help you build that empathetic listening attitude and approach, and that will ultimately get you to a win-win kind of a model. So these are all interconnected as we've been talking about all the habits, they kind of go together. So there's not, you can't just pick one habit and say, I'm done with it. So you have to think through and see how these different habits play together in your daily life and apply them appropriately. All right, so that's it for now. And we will again talk on Facebook and on the group. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to share. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear. And please share with anyone else that you feel this is helpful for. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.